Hello, Teresa here from Rochester and Kent in the UK. Firstly, a very big Happy New Year to you all, and I wish you a very safe and Happy New Year. Now, this should have gone out before now, but my computer broke. I'm now using a new one, but this particular video has been done on my phone. So apologies for the wonky donkiness of it all. Now, we're going to do a very short project, and it is about 20 minutes long. Going to use up some more of our scraps and do a snippet roll. Now I'm using this background grey fabric here, and it's about 4 inches wide, and as you can see here I've got all my pieces, well not all of them but a lot of my pieces of scraps, many that you've seen before. I'm determined to use up these scraps by the end of this year. I'm actually going to use a little bit of fabric glue instead of tacking to put these onto the background. Now I'm going to do it very slowly and use, I can't remember where I got this little brush from. It looks like some sort of razor brush or for cleaning something, but anyway it's probably Glenn's from the shaver. I wonder where that is, so I hope he doesn't see this, because I think it probably is for cleaning the blades on his electric razor, but we won't tell him that. So a tiny bit of fabric glue, or a little bit of Pritz or glue stick on the back. Now this is to save time because this will be a short project. You can see it, just a tiny bit there. Don't want it seeping through to the front. Now I did most of this off the camera. I didn't think you wanted to see me glue all these tiny pieces on, but this is as far as I've got, and this is now the end of the first roll, the first part. I'm actually going to do 3 pieces like this. Now I'm just going to run the camera down. I'm sitting in my living room doing this. The bedroom's far too cold, and of course, as I said, I'm on my camera, so it's nice and warm and I can use the camera as well, so you'll have to excuse any background noises. So here we are, all the background's been covered up now. I'll do the other 2 exactly the same, and here they are. I've actually now machine sewn around the shapes. All the little scraps of fabric have been machine sewn round, and I actually like this look. The idea was to machine sew them instead of tacking. Now I've started placing other pieces of fabric over the top of the pieces I've already applied and sewn down. I'm not sure about this. I like that piece of lace. Not sure about the flowers, but I'm just going to leave them for a couple of minutes, have a look. Yeah, I do like that mustard coloured one. It goes with the mustard colour underneath. That's a beautiful flower. Well, it's a leaf, so I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with how it's looking. It needs an awful lot more work done on it, so we'll see how that pans out. Right, the chicken, I love this chicken. I got excited and I've already started doing some slow stitch around there. I've added some running stitch or slow stitch around the shape of the heart. I think this is going to be my preferred stitch. Tiny piece of raised chain band there in the green, and some feather stitch there, varying lengths of arms on there. More feather stitch with running stitch at the side. What I failed to say is I did back this with some quilted fabric. I love the horse. Started doing some running stitch there. Now the running stitch is taking on nicely, but I think I need to add a few embellishments, so I've turned to this. We might have used this before, but I've decided to chop up little pieces of it and put them down. I'm including buttons. This button has been sewn over some lace oddments, as this one has as too. I've used beads as well on this, so that's beading, a straight stitch, a little bit of lace there, a tiny bit that I normally throw away, some herringbone stitch there, nice orange colour. Now I've added some more embellishments here. I got a bit carried away with the embellishments. You can see here I've gone for the bling look again. The purple shiny sequins and the rares above it. Nice little piece of scrap fabric I found here, already sequins on there. The horse has been embellished with single chain stitch. Now there aren't any secrets here. We've done all this before. We're using very simple applique, very simple stitches, the stitches we always use in our projects. A little bit of lace, a little bit of bling, and as you can see, that's actually a button there. I love buttons. Here, a little bit of lace. I cut that from a curtain, and some long arm chain with some straight stitch to make the flower. What else have we got? Yeah, we've just gone over the pinwheel there. Another piece of lace cut from my curtains. So the curtain has some holes in it. Doesn't matter, no one knows they're there but me. I'm the only one who can see them. So I think this is taking on nicely. The other two pieces are going to be carried out in the same way. The chain stitch there around the top of the heart. It's a bit difficult to do this. I'm holding the camera at the moment, so it's really difficult to do this. Right, so you can hear my cuckoo clock there. I'm just going to briefly tell the newcomers about my cuckoo clock. This was brought over from Germany some years ago on a 7-hour journey. My daughter managed to get it over on her lap, got it in, hung it on the wall, and it fell off and broke, and it has never told the right time. So it is not 8:15. It's actually a lot earlier than that, about 2 I think, but it tells the time when it wants to and chimes when it wants to. So anyway, I'm talking over that now, but here are the 3 finished pieces. I've added more applique here. I don't know why my wall's up there. Yeah, I've added more here. Oh, I'm really sorry, that cuckoo is throwing me now. It's the only thing we're doing this in the living room. I get the cuckoo clock. So yeah, now these 3 need to be joined. Now I have a couple of ways of doing this, either face to face and then machining them so they are seamed, or I can actually add strips of fabric along them. Now I've decided not to seam them and not even to put the fabric down yet, but I'm going to machine sew them on the front with a zigzag. Like I've done the applique, I'm just going to use a zigzag stitch from one side to the other to secure them. This is a really nice thing to do actually, and it's quite easy. I've turned the volume down so you can't hear the machine sewing, but this is so mindful. A lot of this is very, very mindful, and this is a lovely thing to do, and you really don't have to tack it. If you're used to machine sewing, don't tack it. It's a waste of time. And here we are. The 3 are finished. They've all been sewn together. You can see the zigzag stitches along here, and I think it's quite a neat way of doing it. Still something missing. I'm still not quite content. I'm just seeing this here as holding it together to literally secure it, but I don't see it as the finished article, if you like. I think it's looking good. It's taking shape nicely, but there's still quite a bit more to do. If I pull the camera away a bit more, you'll be able to see it a little bit more. It's a bit difficult to fit this all in on my little camera. Now I'm thinking of disguising the joins with some fabric, ribbons, strips of fabric like this, or even patchwork bits, but I think maybe there's enough busyness and patchwork and applique there. Yeah, that I don't Yeah, no, I don't like that. No. I think it needs something plain. Even this, I think it's too much. It's too glittery. I think it needs something a bit plainer to go across the seams, to go across the joins, make a feature of them. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the way they're left at the moment. So I decided to use some wool. Now this is double knit wool, and I have 3 or 4 strands, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, and it's one of those multicolored threads wool that that it's got several colors in the ball, and you never know how it's going to knit up or what it's going to look like. This, believe it or not, is really easy to do as long as you keep the wool taut. Keep the wool taut and zigzag over it, and it's just so easy. Right, that has been done, and that's a nice effect. Still don't think it's finished. Can't think what I need to do with it yet. Yeah, see, I think I need to disguise a little bit of this. I do like the effect, but I just feel that it needs something else. Maybe a skinny piece of ribbon underneath. Maybe to make more of a feature of it, because it's there now. I don't want to disguise the fact that these are strips, because by disguising the fact these are strips, it makes a mockery of actually doing the snippet rolls. There would have been no point. I could have just done one big piece of applique, but this is a snippet roll, and it's just a way of using your snippet rolls. We've all got snippet rolls everywhere, and this is what we can do with them. Sometimes people have said, but what do you do with these? Well, this is one idea. So I think, having said that, I'm going to use the machine again, and I'm going to secure some plain gold thread, ribbon. I've turned the volume down again so you can't hear the machine. I'm going to do this on both seams. I've actually done the other one, but I'm going to do this on both of them and just see what happens, see where it goes. Well, you can see where it's gone. I've couched over, with single chain stitch. There's no reason or rhyme to the spacing. I've also added some more bling along here as well, but the feature is now the joins, and I just love these joins. So I think I can call those joins finished. I'm coming off the edge of the table here. I don't know that there's much more I can do. I've trimmed around the edge. You can see there I've just held up the trimming I've taken off. So it's looking quite good. Now, at this point, I've decided to line it. And I've just found a piece of fabric in a box behind me, behind the settee. I've taken it out, and it fits perfectly, because all these are scraps, as you know, that Tess gives me. So I'm going to line it with that. I've pinned it all the way around there to secure it while I sew it. And here we have the finished article, more or less. I still think there, you see I've put a blanket stitch all the way around the edge. I like this effect, but to my mind it still looks plain, and this does my head in, because I think I should have finished it by now. I've put some bows there to try and just jazz it up a bit, make it pop a bit. You see I put the bows round the shanks of the buttons. I did put the shanks on. Luckily enough, I do know how to do the shanks. My mum taught me this years ago. So these buttons have got the shanks on them. A little bit of ribbon there, and I can see the ribbon is looking good. I like that, and I do like this look with the lace around the buttons. I like that very much. So this is as far as I've got yet. I'm still not quite happy in my head that it's finished. The inside here, and you can clearly see the blanket stitch all around the edge, and that was very quick to do as well. That only took, what, maybe an hour. I got carried away because I was listening to the TV at the time. Not sure what it was, because I got totally absorbed in this. I've deliberately changed the colour going around. I was tempted to do it in black, then I thought no. So there's different pinks there, different reds all the way around. Now, this is how the journal cover is going to look, but it's still not finished. There's still something missing from it. I have a rough idea, I know what it is, but not going to say what I think it is at the moment, because I might not actually do it. It's coming up to the time now where I think I'm getting a bit tired of it. I've also thought of maybe turning it into a clutch bag. I think this would be ideal. Spring's coming, summer's coming, something nice to do, planning for those evenings out or the holidays. Stick the passport in there. First salt, holidays, passport, hotels. I did say journal cover, so I think I need to stick to that. A diary cover, something like that. So back and front, basically the same. Once again, I actually prefer the back, and I love the way the buttons are looking. I've put some beads on some of the strips of ribbon, as you can see there. I've added a bit more glitter there, a bit more. Don't think I can put any more bling on it. Now, what I did decide, the blanket stitch was just crying out to be woven. You know, I love weaving through it. Decided not to do that. Crochet hooks were at the back in the same box as the backing fabric. I've decided to take the wool and just do double crochet all the way around the edge. Now, I know double crochet is something different in America, so you might need to just gen up on that. I've done 2 rows of double crochet in the colour, and then I've done 1 row in black. I just think the black now finishes it. So I am calling this finished. I'm now with one hand trying to show you, hold the camera and show you what it's like. Now, I think there's also something on here that I haven't shown you yet, because although I did this, I did the band around there and it did finish it to a certain extent, there was still something missing. And then I realised I know what it is, and because it's new for 2025, yeah, I can't believe that, I decided it need to have 2025 on it somewhere. Now I'm still looking at the back here, but just give me a minute and I'll turn it over and you can actually see what I've done to the front. And there we go, front finished, and there you can see part of 2000, the 20 at the top there, and at the bottom I've got the 25. When I move the camera down slightly a bit more, there we are, 25. They've both been hand sewn with running stitch that I've whipped, no secrets there, and then they've just been over sewn with a straight stitch all the way around the edge, the sequins in the center. Yes, I know I said I wouldn't add any more bling, but I couldn't resist that. And 2 more sequins there. So I'm not adding anything else. I'm calling that finished. This actually fits an A4 pad. So I know I'm saying it's a journal cover, but I might actually use it as a sketch pad cover and put an A4 a notebook in there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a really quick little project, but as I said, it was meant to go out in the 12 days from Christmas Day to January the 6th. Didn't work out that way, unfortunately, because of the trouble I've had with the computer. I'm still not sure how this is going to come out yet, but anyway, once again, Happy New Year to you all. If you got to the end of this, thank you very much. Just going to flip that over once more so you can see it once more. There you go. And I look forward to your comments and to seeing you soon. Any ideas that you have for 2025, please let me know in the comments, okay? So I'll speak to you on Facebook and in the comments. Take care, everyone.